In 2024, in West Palm Beach, Florida, Kelvi McCray had ended her relationship with the boyfriend she had started dating back in high school. Their bond had grown stronger after graduation, and because he didn't have a stable place to stay, Kelvi allowed him to move in with her and her family. However, after being together for over a year, their relationship turned tumultuous, filled with frequent arguments and emotional strain. They often broke up and reconciled, but eventually, Kelvi made the difficult decision to end the relationship for good. Despite this, she allowed him to continue living in the home out of compassion, knowing he was homeless. Had Kelvi known the tragic consequences of this act of kindness, she might have made a different choice. Sadly, the night of March 6th, 2024, would be the last time she was seen alive. That evening, while Kelvi was on a FaceTime call with 3 of her friends, someone approached her from behind and shot her multiple times. When authorities arrived at the scene, they found Kelvi still alive, but critically wounded, with several gunshot injuries. Her ex-boyfriend was also at the scene, suffering from what was determined to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Both were rushed to the hospital, but Kelvi tragically succumbed to her injuries shortly after arriving. Her ex-boyfriend died the following day. At the time of her death, Kelvi was just 18 years old and had recently completed high school. She was enrolled in college studying cosmetology. Her ex, only 19, had been homeless despite their shared history dating back to high school. Kelvi's murder raises heartbreaking questions. How did a kind, innocent teenager lose her life simply for showing empathy and sheltering someone she once loved? This is the tragic story of Kelvi McCray. Born in 2006, Kelvi McCray was raised in West Palm Beach, Florida. She was named after her father, Kelvin, and her mother was Marla McKinney. Throughout her childhood and teen years, Kelvi stood out for her vibrant personality, love for fashion, and strong family connections, especially with her father, with whom she shared a close bond. Kelvi attended Inlet Grove High School, where she thrived both academically and athletically. She was active in basketball and track and field. Even as a student, she gained a reputation for her impeccable style. Her outfits were always fashionable, and she often wore her hair in a silk press. While in high school, she began dating Keisian Shaw. Their relationship appeared happy and stable at first. After graduation, Kelvi pursued a career in cosmetology, enrolling in college to study the field while also running a hairstyling business. She had already earned her cosmetology security license by the age of 18. Alongside cosmetology, she dabbled in modeling, music, and social media. Although her modeling gigs were small, Kelvi was hardworking, determined, and driven by a strong desire to succeed. As her relationship with Keisian continued, he became a familiar presence in her life. The couple even attended prom together, and Keisian moved in with Kelvi since he had no stable place to live. Her family welcomed him into their home, and Kelvi's social media featured photos of their prom night, where they looked like a happy couple. They had been together for over a year, and at one point, Keisian proposed to her. However, as time passed, their relationship grew rocky. Arguments became frequent, though the couple repeatedly tried to reconcile. Despite the turbulence, Kelvi's kind heart led her to let Keisian stay with her even after they broke up, knowing he had nowhere else to go. Eventually, in January 2024, she decided to end the relationship for good. Keisian didn't take the breakup well. He begged Kelvi to reconcile, cried, and tried to manipulate her emotionally. But she stood firm in her decision. Kelvi wanted peace and a fresh start. Although she no longer wanted anything to do with him, her family still let Keisian stay at their home, hoping he would eventually move on. But this only deepened Keisian's obsession. He couldn't accept being without her and became consumed by feelings of rejection. On March 5th, 2024, the situation escalated. Keisian physically attacked Kelvi, strangling her, pointing a gun at her head, and threatening to kill her if she didn't take him back. He briefly held her against her will and later threw himself onto her car windshield, shattering it as she tried to escape. Kelvi immediately called 911 to report the assault. Police responded but couldn't locate Keisian at the time. They filed charges against him, including false imprisonment, aggravated assault, and battery. That same day, law enforcement launched a search for him. Kazan was later spotted around town and led police on a 5-mile car chase. Officers eventually stopped the pursuit due to safety concerns, allowing him to evade arrest. The following evening, March 6, 2024, Kelvi was at home, FaceTiming with 3 friends while eating dinner. The call offered her a moment of peace after the traumatic events of the day before. At around 9:40 p.m., Kezian suddenly entered her home unannounced. Her friends, still on the video call, heard loud sounds, then a chilling silence followed as something horrible unfolded. That was the last time anyone heard from Kelvi. Kelvi's mother, who was at home at the time, quickly reacted after hearing disturbing noises coming from her daughter's room. Rushing to check, she found Kelvi lying on the floor. She immediately contacted the West Palm Beach Police Department to report that there had been a shooting inside her home. Officers arrived at the house on the 1400 block of 13th Street near North Australian Avenue and discovered a horrifying scene. Kelvi had been shot multiple times in the head, neck, and back. Her ex-boyfriend, Kezian Shaw, was also found at the scene with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Both were rushed to St. Mary's Medical Center. Sadly, Kelvi succumbed to her injuries that night. Kezian died the following day. As police began their investigation, they questioned neighbors and interviewed witnesses. One neighbor recalled hearing gunshots and rushing to the scene, only to realize it was too late. Kelvi's friends, who had been on FaceTime during the shooting, confirmed they witnessed the tragic event in real time. One friend recounted how Kezian burst into the room and began shooting before turning the gun on himself. Marla, devastated, told police how she found her daughter's lifeless body and still hears the sound of gunshots in her head. The community was shattered by the loss. A vigil was held a week later at Singer Island, where hundreds of mourners gathered at Riviera Beach Municipal Beach Park. People dressed in Kelvi's favorite colors, purple and pink, and released balloons into the sky in her honor. The vigil, filled with candlelight, memories, and prayers, reflected Kelvi's radiant personality and her deep love for the beach. Her funeral service was beautifully arranged to reflect her life, spirit, and character. Kelvi was laid to rest looking as graceful and lovely as she had in life. One question lingered for her grieving family. Why wasn't Kelvi offered police protection after Kezian's violent outburst the day before her death? He had already been reported and was actively wanted by authorities. The family expressed frustration that he was not detained in time. Although her killer will never face trial, as he took his own life, Kelvi's family has chosen to honor her memory with love and resilience. Rather than focusing on mourning, they continue to celebrate the life she lived and the beauty she shared with the world. May Kelvi McCray rest in peace. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this one. Make sure to turn on the notification bell so you'll be alerted whenever we upload new content. Please like, comment, and share the video to help us reach more people and work with the YouTube algorithm. To all our returning subscribers, we truly appreciate your continued support. See you in the next video.